Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. It's the bigger love of the family.
And go ahead and cut the background music off so we can get over here into the comments and say a big hello to Mac Bergson, Brian Supremo Tobacco, Gary Zanstra, Charles Adamson, Michael Carter. Cheers, Michael Carter. Right there, your name with the Dr. Pepper logo in tow. Bob Ellis, Val Chavez, Adam Wolf, Grimble Frampton, Uncle Larry. Who else? Anybody else I've missed over here? Robert Cash in the building. Welcome in, Robert Cash. What are you guys smoking this evening? Adam Wolf says, Chief prepping for his Rocky Patel cigar tonight? No, but maybe smoking something of the same quality. I don't know. I've heard bad things. I've not heard many good things. I know there was one good thing said last Saturday, so we'll see. David Helm says, what's up, Chief? Are you keeping Mr. Bob straight?
David.
Are you straight tonight?
Straight as an arrow.
Okay. Michael Carter says, Chief can't hear you. Oh, they couldn't hear us over the music. Oh, well, maybe they can hear us now. Sorry if you couldn't hear us over the background music. I figured you could hear us over the background music, but can you hear us now? That's what I want to know. Bob Ellis says he's smoking the Amendola Padrino.
Oh.
Never heard of it. Robert Cash says BTCG low volume or no mic. Bob Cigar Guy should have a mic. Bob, say hello to the people, Bob.
Hello to the people. Hello, everybody out there in radio land.
My little thing over here shows that Bob the Cigar Guy's mic is working. Adam Wolf says audio is good now. And then Robert Cash says, not Bob. Grandma Frampton says, my wife's hometown is going crazy tonight. That's right. Oh, Alec Murdaugh was found guilty of double murder. It's not my hometown, but I did spend 5 years in Marlboro. So
Did you know that a lot of the evidence was based upon his
is your mic plugged in? Is it plugged in the box?
Yeah.
Huh, it's weird. I mean, it shows, his. Hold on, let me do this number real quick.
So a lot of their evidence of his location stuff came from his OnStar. So they got his car and they did the OnStar, and it showed where he drove and where he parked, and even when he was at his mom's house, he parked a long way away, which didn't make sense, and it punched holes in his whole defense. It's very interesting that they use that.
Was it his OnStar or was it his?
They used his OnStar, but they also used his phone exercise thing, his fitness thing.
Yeah.
Because evidently it shows elevation on what he has, and so they could tell if he was up or he was down, or I don't know what they did.
All right, maybe that comes across. I can hear myself on your phone, which is hilarious. But both mics are through the same Robert Cash. This right here, this right here, is a Rode mic system. It's upside down for the camera, but there are two microphones. There's a microphone here, and then there's a microphone over there. So maybe I did change the frequency pickup, so maybe Bob the Cigar Guy's audio will sound a little louder. Oh, actually, you know what? I know what the problem is.
What is the problem, Chief?
I know what the problem is. Now you should sound much different.
Konnichiwa.
You should
Ohayo
sound,
gozaimasu.
I bet we probably sound a lot louder now too.
My mic is muted, it says.
No, that's just your yeah, I bet. So what it was is I actually had my laptop mic picking us up. It might have actually been coming off of this. So now I forgot to switch it over. There we go. He sounds better, but with a delay.
Delay. Hey.
Does he sound? Is he delayed now? He shouldn't be delayed. This is the setup that we use every week, and now that hopefully now it sounds like Val Chavez says, Bob, talk to me for 5 minutes. Okay, so he says it's better now. There we go.
Good.
Hopefully we are. Get your dongles in order, Chief. Yeah, dongles are in order. Now, tonight could be a night of craziness and chaos because I am going to be smoking for the first time. And I kind of started talking about this a little bit before we started moving all the stuff around and talking about Alec Murdaugh and the Murdaugh murder trials. I was smoking a, what are these called again? El Septimo. I have heard a lot of different things, and most of them not so great. I've heard a couple, actually. I've only heard 2, so that is a full couple. My good buddy, Justin Hunter, and, of course, my father, Bob the Cigar Guy, who we all trust in the palate, correct? So I am over here. I've got 7, which is funny because their logo is a 7. Options. Jeez. 7 options to choose from this evening when it comes to El
Sacred
Septimo.
Arts.
The Sacred Art Collection.
Salvador Dali is fighting.
I am going to start off with the Michelangelo. It's the smallest of the group, so we're gonna go with that.
Well, I am smoking the Scandinavian Tobacco Company's Kintsugi.
They are now STG. I mean, it's still Alec Bradley, but
Alec and Bradley.
well, it's Correct, but Alec Bradley was bought, right? So
Yes.
Alec and Bradley go under Alec Bradley under FS or whatever STG.
STG.
I'm still right.
Thank goodness they weren't the Scandinavian tobacco demographics.
Woo! That's like there's a church denomination within the Christian religion called the First Assembly of God.
There's a movie talking about a hypothetical college called the Southampton Institute of Technology.
Well, they used to say that Furman was the Christian Knights. Furman University Christian Knights. That's what they used to say.
That's not nice.
It was never true.
It took me a second.
It was never
took
true.
Me a second.
Well, during the football
Time of death,
when they play football, the chancellor or the president of the university comes out on the screen and leads them in a chant, and at the very end, give me a big F-U for Furman University. So
they didn't think that out.
No, they did. They do it because it's totally. You're gonna get. I mean, you give your students the ability to say a big FU to.
Well, I bet there are lots of people who buy their swag, the FU swag, and have no idea or allegiance to that college.
Oh yeah, well that's like Carolina Gamecock fans, or
Cox.
people who aren't Carolina Gamecock fans. They'll go buy South Carolina hats or shirts or whatever that say big old Gamecocks, but without the game on it. They knew what they were doing. Jay Bates says Chief was busy grilling or playing Legos or both instead of being prepared. Look, while I did grill my lunch today and I grilled dinner before I left, I did not eat dinner at my house. I did grill the chicken for the dinner. I have been trying to use my new grill as much as I can since I got it the other day. I think I read this already, but Mac Bergson says, in BTCG we trust. If you find that on a dollar bill, it's counterfeit. Bob Ellis says, not sure which one I had, but it was just okay. Robert Cash saying Milton Bradley, it's all a game. Val Chavez smoking a New World Cameroon and going to follow up with a Drew Estate Norteño. Ooh, I like the Norteño. Actually got one sitting right here in reserves in case all of these cigars are not of approval. Mike Carter says a SWAT team was the Fast Action Response Team. FART. Wow. Apparently I am a Furman fan since I was a kid. Robert Cash. You were a kid in what, 1943?
I gotta tell you what though, he takes good pictures with his sport jersey things. What are they called?
Kits.
Yeah. He represents well. He hasn't been doing Batman Fridays lately though.
Batman T-shirt Friday?
Yeah.
That's Grandpa Batman now.
Grantman.
Suprema Tobacco we're part of the Weber Weave gang. Right?
Hey, maybe we can call Robert Cash the Gray Bat.
The Gray Bat? Robert Cash says, yo, Mac, how about my Red Devils? And then he goes on to say, Acid One on Kip's FBB on deck. What? Fat Bottom Betty.
Lips. Acid on lips. Fat Bottom Betty on deck. He's talking about what he's smoking.
Oh, your camera keeps lagging. Are you on your Wi-Fi?
I don't know. Let me check.
Bob Ellis says, this Amendola is really good. Best one I've had. Let me remove you from the stream so we don't see some weird version of your face or something. Robert Cash says they're all edits. He puts filters. He's got the duck lips going.
He does have the duck lips going with the extra smoky eye.
There we go. Now we're back. Charles Adamson says, tonight I'm cooking a tri-tip roast Adam Wolf style in the convection oven. Hey, I'm not eating it. That's for sure. Robert Cash says, oi, wearing, not posting, and then lips. It's funny seeing Robert Cash speak this fast in the group or in the YouTube chat reminds me of our soccer chats It's hard to get in a word edgewise with
You
Robert
just type
Cash
it
because
That's because
he
he
voice
voiced
text. Oh, it's the worst.
and it's so bad.
It's the worst. Supreme Tobacco says he wish he was smoking a Senator. Ooh, I wish I was smoking a Senator.
Oh, buddy, I love that thing.
My cigar's already out. Oh, you know what? I bet I am lagging too because I'm not plugged into the internet because we had the internet changed out at the studio.
You've only been doing this for like 2.5 years.
Well, here's the thing. You were supposed to supply me with all the information to get the Wi-Fi working because we don't have Wi-Fi in the studio right now.
No, you're supposed to talk to your mom because I don't know nothing about that.
I asked you, and you said you had it in an email, and you'd get it to me.
No, I did not. Your mom's got all this stuff. I don't know any of the Wi-Fi. You do all the tech stuff.
I know. I told you I need the email to get it running. All right, you guys enjoy this for a second.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is the tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. It's the bigger love of the family.
Okay, we're back.
I did not know Ted Lasso is back.
Well, it's not yet.
I don't think I have that subscription thing anymore.
You don't have. What do you mean? I thought you paid for Apple TV.
It's on Apple TV?
Apple TV, yeah.
I think it comes with my phone. I'm not sure. I have to find out. I love me some Ted Lasso.
I need to look into it. Charles Adamson says it is too cold to cook outside, and my grill is still full of water from the storm. Are you seeing all the snow they've been getting on the West Coast? The wet, like Tahoe and all that stuff?
Crazy.
Like 30 feet of snow.
I messaged Steve Saka today. I heard him talking about the snow and driving his John Deere out there and this and that. And I told him that a house across the street just came up for sale. I give him a key to the shop studio, and he could have any cigars, bourbons, and he could use the anvil anytime he wants to. So,
yeah, I don't foresee Steve Saka moving from New Hampshire?
Dumbarton, New Hampshire.
From New Hampshire to Greenville.
But this could be his summer house. Or his winter house. It'd be his winter house.
His winter house.
Be his winter house.
I'd rather go there for summertime.
It'd be his winter house.
Well, he made the post. He was like, I don't know why I live here. And I was like, because the impeccable summers. Because Steve Saka is a big man. He's not a tall man, but he's a big man. And I'm sure he would be missing summertime when it comes to, which he only said it was like 4 months of bad weather. So that's a third of the year.
He's never home.
Yeah, he is.
He spends at least 1 week a month, he said, in Nicaragua.
Okay, well, that's still 3 weeks in a month.
Yeah, but that's 3 months out the year. And then he's doing events and he's traveling and he's all over the place.
Hey, Steve Saka doesn't do a ton of events.
He's never home.
When was the last? I mean, there was when he started up Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust.
Yeah, he was on the riding truck.
He did the road tour or whatever it was.
That's when I first met him.
But he had to do that.
Isn't that when you first met him? Oh wait, you didn't want to go.
Anyways, it's really bothering to hear myself like on a split delay on your phone over there.
I turned it down as low as it'll go.
I know. When I was using my phone last week with all the problems, I couldn't get it to mute completely. Luckily, I was able to get my computer going. So, Supreme Tobacco says it's snowing in LA. Come on. I can mute. No, I can't mute your computer. I can mute. turn it down, please. Jeez. Max says, man, I almost forgot. Can I get a shout out for the potatoes? My flag football team won their championship last week.
Boom.
They were up 33-0 at half and won 39-12.
The Bergson boys, I tell you what.
The potatoes. I saw Paul. Sam doesn't play for the potatoes. Paul does.
I'm just talking about the Bergson boys as a whole.
Oh. Charles Adamson says it snowed for 1.5 hours straight at my house on Saturday morning. Brian says, dang, your boys' team slayed that game. That's right. They was slicing and dicing, but not the potato. Who did they play? And then Robert Cash says he loves French fries.
Papas fritas.
And Max said, thank you, guys. Yeah, they have an amazing coach. And no, it's not me. Robert Cash says, Chief Cam, BTCG phone. Yeah, so I have a webcam mounted on a tripod, and Bob the Cigar Guy is currently using his phone to stream.
I have a webcam, but I just like setting up
it's
my phone.
easier to use his phone. He pulls up his comments on his computer. So that's why he continues to look over to the side. See, look, it's Bobception.
I must tell you that this little light thing is very flattering on the
Sam's first soccer game this weekend. Let's go, Sam's. The Potatoes beat the Arrows. They beat the Hot Cheetos in the semifinal.
I love those names.
Robert Cash, better chroma on phone. Charles Adamson, no snow now, been clear all day, still cold here at 52 degrees. It's been, other than the rain today, it's been a nice week. Pretty much this whole entire week. The weather's been good. It was like 84 degrees the other day.
Was it last week you cut the air conditioner on for the first time in here?
Mm-hmm.
I came in here the following day or whatever. The door was fogged up. It was so cold in here. I'm like, God.
Oh yeah, you bumped it up to 70. I bumped it down to 60 last week.
I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, all the lights in the house are browning out. I mean, it was crazy.
Well, no, it shouldn't have been. Once it got down to 60, the
No, it
fan's
was
not
running when I came in. I mean, it was just running.
Maybe we needed to buy an insulated door.
No, we probably need to buy a new air conditioner because I think it was colder than 60.
Oh, that's nice. Adam Wolf says, controversial question here. Beans or no beans in chili? Chili without beans is not chili.
It's for hot dogs.
When I talk about chili, I don't think about hot dogs. Yeah, there's hot dog chili, but that's not chili.
No.
Chili deserves beans.
Ketchup and chocolate.
Now, I know people in Texas are like, you don't put beans in chili. It's like, well, what do you put in it? Meat and tomatoes? That's not chili. That's meat paste. Chili,
put lots of beans in there.
Chili deserves at least 3 types of beans. And before Brian can say anything about it, yes, pulled pork does belong in chili.
So does pork chops.
Supremo Tobacco Brian says, no beans, that's a sloppy Joe.
Truth. I love me some sloppy Joe.
I like sloppy Joes.
Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe.
Max says, people from Texas love to share their opinion. Robert Cash says, meat soup. That's like, we make vegetable soup. And we put 1.5 pounds of hamburger meat in it every time. Brian said I said nothing. But you said nothing on your keyboard, but I know you said it. I know you thought it.
Or cubed up steak, like cut up a roast.
Adam Wolf says I eat it both ways. If I go to a chili cook-off and it don't have meat in it don't have beans in it, there's something wrong. You got to have beans. There's got to be beans in it. Pinto beans.
Stretch. I mean, chili's made to be a stretching meal.
Yeah. Chili ain't meant to be no gourmet thing. You want gourmet? Go get you some real smoked ribs, right? Go get you a big old T-bone steak. Or one of them things that I ate in, where was that, Pennsylvania? I wanted to try them. They was wrapped in bacon, but they were still nasty. Scallops. Oh.
I'll tell you what, white clam pizza, that's the devil. Tastes like cat food smells.
So the band is pretty on this cigar. It's a really nice band. pull up my hand there so it'll focus a little bit on the. Oh, we did this last week. I want to fight again. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
If you look in the shiny parts of the gold, the name is written in there, almost like the Cohiba does on theirs.
Why did it did this? It's like put my face out of the. Trying to focus. There we go. Oh yeah, nice quality image. It's a pretty bad. I mean, there's nothing. I don't understand the 7 and the ink blot. I'm sure there's a reason behind it.
The 7 is because it's 7 masters, and it was done for the 7 days of creation. And so they did the 7 days of creation from different masters, like Salvador Dali. I expected the picture that was on the box, because the picture goes on the box as well. I thought the picture on the box would be of elephants with giraffe legs or dripping clocks or something like that. It was actually this thing of Jesus on a cross from a perspective looking like over his head looking down, and it shows the whole planet, and it shows a fisherman in a boat.
Interesting. Now Adam Wolf is off the rails. He's saying something to the effect of, "What about noodles in your chili?
Rice.
Who puts noodle? No, you don't put noodles, rice in your chili.
You can put a bowl. You can put rice in the bottom of your bowl, and then put chili on top of it.
You can put chili on top of rice, but you don't cook.
No, you don't
rice
cook it together. You're
or
correct.
Noodles in your chili. That's weird.
I never had chili on noodles.
No. Val Chavez says, I'm getting hungry. Matt Bergson says, I love me some scallops. Adam Wolf says, scallops are great. Bob Ellis says, he loves scallops. I just don't like seafood. And I tried. I was like, ooh, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try to like it. I thought wrapping it in bacon was going to save it. Oh, no.
I like turtles.
Bad. Charles Adamson said, traditional chili, yes. Carne of adobo, no. That's pecan smoked pork butt in a hatch chili sauce with melted mozzarella smoked on top. So it's not chili at that point.
Don't sound bad, though.
It don't smell. It sounds fantastic. Max says, I knew this because I watched BTCG reviews. Bob Ellis says, I didn't realize it was a 7 until you said it, Chief. Robert Cash says, noodles make soup. Well, you don't have to have noodles in soup, but that is a valid point.
Well, if you're in prison and in your commissary, you can get the little Hormel chili and you can get a ramen noodle bag.
Charles Anderson says no grits in the bottom on the chili.
Oh,
grits?
My God. Grits. Ugh. I don't eat grits anyway.
Cincinnati chili is on spaghetti noodles. There.
Yeah, that's from Starline.
I put noodles in my chili. Tastes good to me. That's what Val Chavez says.
If it tastes good to you,
hey man, you do
your bowl will
thing.
eat it.
Hopefully it's like an add-on option.
It might be a stretcher.
Robert Cash says, eat it off the hoof. Nothing swimming for me. I don't eat seafood.
You do too.
Clam strips.
That's seafood.
That's it. That's the only thing I eat.
But that's seafood.
Okay. I eat 0.01% of seafood options available. J Bates says, what? Seafood is delicious. Scallops, if done right, chef's kiss. That's what he did. He did a little chef's kiss. Adam Wolf said, grits. Yeah, that's something. Grits and chili? Wow. Bob Ellis said, grilled scallops are awesome. I tried to like them. I couldn't. Max says, ooh, BTCG with his prison stories should be his own YouTube channel. Yeah. Call it the Soap Diaries.
No.
Because every time you upload a video, you can say, I dropped the soap video.
I'd probably get different types of viewers that I'm not.
Hey, man.
I'm not marketing to.
$20 is $20. So anyways, going back to the cigar. It's not bad. It doesn't taste like I'm smoking a cigar.
What does it taste like?
Nothing.
Scallops?
I don't have a cigar taste. That is the weirdest phenomenon.
Well, I have to save mine to smoke them for the review, so.
Like this is leaving zero taste in my mouth. I tried to retrohale, and it retrohales smells like smoke. That's it. There are no notes to this.
It's interesting.
So it's not bad, but it's not good.
It's just not.
This is a waste of time at this moment. I have smoked an inch into this cigar, and I have zero ability to give an opinion on what it tastes like, other than nothing. Josh Lawton says, "What's up, gentlemen?" What's up, Josh? Admiral says, "I heard El Septimo uses a lot of Costa Rican tobacco in most of their blends." Unfamiliar with Costa Rican tobacco. Max says, "Scallops, LMBO, BTCG with the sneaky joke."
Give me that thing.
All right. Now I'm going to go with
only approved way to be sharing
a cigar, unless it's
right?
with your significant other,
Right.
which I am not.
And yeah, because we definitely don't have videos like that.
Supremo Tobacco with the ain't saying nothing emoji. Am I wrong?
Hang on. Very, very light.
I'm telling you, it don't taste like anything.
No, there's there's hints of it. You want this back?
No. Trash it. Toss it.
There's I'm not gonna toss that. There's hints.
Uncle Larry says, "Sounds like we should save our money." Yeah, don't buy that one. Matt Berkson says, "Maybe Chief burned his palate smoking those Rocky Patels while setting up."
It's really light. I'm picking up a little bit of toastiness. I'm picking up a little bit of sweet, like whipping cream before you whip it.
No.
Yeah.
You're tasting what was left in your pipe. that pipe's had a couple hundred lights in it. You're tasting the souls of pipe tobacco old. It's not good. It's not bad.
God, I'm glad you don't smoke like you used to. Steven, he'd chew it and it would slobber up an inch. All right, so now we have passed the friend zone. It's probably going to unravel, but I have cut way back any part of his.
Cut into the band.
I'm not going to cut into the band.
We'll hold it together. Mac Bergson says, "I'm on the edge of my seat." Robert Cash says, "Squeal, little piggy." Charles Adamson said, "Cigar holder BTCG." And Brian says, "Notes of butcher paper." That would have at least been a note.
I'm not going to say what I tasted at first. I'm getting a little bit of that foil. It is a very mellow flavor. You really have to work hard to taste anything.
That would not be worth. I don't know what they charge for that cigar. I'm sure it's expensive. Robert Cash says BTCG should have to try to find two notes, or shouldn't have to try to find two notes.
Construction's great.
Max says, "Uh-oh, now you know those Russian bots will be in the show." Notes on Chief's beard. Yeah, cut it. Oh, enjoy it, bro.
I understand what you're saying.
It's unlike anything I've ever smoked.
Agreed.
Now, if Mr.
I've never had a cigar with this dark of a wrapper to have this less of flavors. This is a Connecticut shade light.
If Mr. El Septimo CEO wants to pull a quote about what was that, Michelangelo?
It doesn't tell you they don't tell you the blend information.
Well, no, but it says on the blue band in front of your finger. It's Michelangelo, right?
What I'm saying is I can't go into the blend notes because they don't.
Brian,
don't have
yes,
them.
I did have to relight it. Max says, sounds like they spent more time on the story than on the cigar. Could be. I have some likes and loves over on Facebook. So Val Chavez, Michael Carter, Clay Murph, Steve Fulmer, and Charles Adamson, thank you for the like over on Facebook. And Jay Bass, thank you for the love over on Facebook as well. Adam Wolf says, I know a gentleman who tried an El Septimo and ended up shooting it with his 45. That's a stance.
It says it's a medium-bodied cigar.
There's nothing medium about that other than size. Adam Wolf says he was on a live with a guy who did that. I'm not hating it because, I mean.
All right. I'm just going to read what it says. Michelangelo cigar is a 5x50 Robusto Vitola that the company calls an eagle, and which is dedicated to the creation of Adam, represents the second day of creation when God created the sky. An attractive perfecto with an oily cover leaf, strong and spicy. First puffs take on touches of minerals and leather, but the flavors are overpowered by a persistent, charry note of burnt coffee that lingers on the finish. Burn is mostly even, and there's a bit of resistance on the draw. Okay, I'm not getting a tight draw, but then again, I cut the crap out of it. Burnt coffee? Maybe. Strong and spicy?
No.
Minerality?
No.
I'm getting a little bit of tinniness, but I'm pulling real.
If you lick the outside of a Dr. Pepper can.
I'm trying to find them. These flavors are playing hide and seek. They're not jumping straight up into my palate. They're not. But it's not.
Oh, Max says you got to pick one: the El Septimo or a Swisher Diamond. Diamond by far right now. This cigar, same exact thing. This blend might as well be that blend. This is the lightest tasting smoke I have ever smoked in my life.
It might. You know how when you want something to be so hard, it becomes it, even though it's not? That's what I'm worried I'm doing right now. Because I'm picking up more char. It's almost like it's
okay. I guess
stacking.
I can give you that.
It's slowly stacking.
I guess I give you
a little stronger.
I can give you that. I pick up char from the cigar.
All right.
Every cigar has char.
But not
no, I've never smoked a cigar that doesn't have char to it.
Oh, I have.
The
Senator.
That cigar's got a char. When it has an aftertaste of char. Yes, it does.
I'm not talking about aftertaste. I'm not talking about the finish.
Brian, this is the Raphael.
The plush doesn't have a char.
That's like eating cotton candy and saying, "Can you taste the sugar?" No, you taste cotton candy. You don't taste sugar.
KFC doesn't have a char.
Depends on the.
it's working back. You need to smoke that one back because it does start to stack. The flavor, it's like every puff you take, it just the first puff hangs around a little bit. I'm actually getting a lot of activation on my tongue, almost like
Now,
a tongue bite.
Construction
Phenomenal.
so far, great. That cigar was a tight draw, but it was a Solomon type.
Perfecto, yeah.
Yeah, perfecto. So there wasn't much to draw through. So, but it was a tough draw. Like the David and Goliath, those are perfectos. Those draw really well off the first light. I mean, they're a little tight, but they draw well.
Cellar Reserves used to do that.
That's a good. That Michelangelo was a very tough pull.
It's not a tough pull now. But
Well, no, you're well past the. Brian says this is the one that he had, the Raphael. Robert Cash, you can't taste anything outside of Goldschlager.
You know, I got a copyright. I did the video of the Salvador Dali.
Ooh, Mac Bergson.
And I posted a picture. I went and got a picture off the internet of the
See you, Mike Carter.
Of the painting.
Yeah.
And I put the painting up there. And I got hit for content. And then they said they were going to leave it up. I went to go post it, and it didn't come up. I had to remove it. I got hit by the BBC for that picture. I didn't know the BBC owned Salvador Dali.
Now I'm tasting something on this cigar. Matt Bergson comes up with a very fair point here. Now, everyone knows that I am BTCG's biggest fan, but it does seem like he is searching for compliments on this cigar.
I am searching for flavors. I'm searching for, I don't want to bash anything. If it tasted like a dog rocket, if it tasted like Menudo, I'm not going to say it doesn't. If it is over hayish or it's over peppery-ish or it's over whatever.
You trashed that, what was that, Lost Cowboy multiple times.
Oh my God, I couldn't smoke it.
You trashed it?
I told the truth.
Okay.
The truth on this is there it's slightly stacking in flavor. The flavor is not strong at all. It's not an unpleasant thing. It is not a satisfying thing, at least for me.
Welcome back to the stream, Julia Galindo, saying El Septimo. Oh wait, that's my boy Julian. Burning Birdies on Instagram.
Redeem yourself.
We've been talking in the group chat about it for a week. He was coaching me through how to say it earlier, so I had to make sure I pulled the old Julie and Julia. You know the movie.
I like that movie.
Brian says, "Time for dinner, fellas. I truly hope the smokes get better for you. I'll try to hop back on after." Brian, thanks for hanging out with us a little bit tonight. Julian, welcome in to Chief Talk. Welcome into the stream. We are smoking the El Septimos. I actually started off with the El Septimo Michelangelo and passed it off because I couldn't taste the cigar. Like the cigar, I could taste that I was smoking. Like I don't have COVID or something like that. But there were the flavors coming off of that cigar were very, very, very moot.
Now Char is up front.
Mac Bergson says, sounds like it is an El Septima. No. That's funny. I have now switched to the Raphael El Septimo here. So is Michelangelo. Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael, and Leonardo. Master Splinter. But he's not a Ninja Turtle. He's not a Ninja Turtle either. I actually introduced the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movies from the 90s, to my kids over the Christmas winter break.
Heroes on a Half Shell.
And it's funny because the news reporter from the first movie, her name's April O'Neil, and that's her name in the movie. We have a girl at our church who's named April O'Neil.
That's funny. It wasn't Vanilla Ice in the original.
Yeah. The Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go. And then the lady who played the reporter in the first movie was not brought back for the second movie. It looks like it's burning well here, but as I flip the cigar, womp, not burning so hot. But we're not torture testing these things. We're smoking them as they're intended to be smoked. And again, these are marketed as premium cigars, correct? What's the price on a box?
A box of...
As the pop-up jumps up. Peter
How
Giannis.
many are in a box, though? Box of 20. $288.95, so $14.50 a stick.
So that's premium. $14 a stick. Peter Giannis says, hey guys, hey, what's going on? Barbara Cash says, TMNT pizza slice.
You know, everybody started collecting Mutant Ninja Turtles because they were going to save. They were going to collect them in, like Star Wars figures, but there were so many Mutant Ninja Turtle variants, and so many were sold. All the people that bought them and collected them, they were worthless because you have to have rarity, you have to have desire.
I'm sure if you kept them till today,
I don't know.
I bet if you were to find. So I am trying, Bob Ellis would know very well, we've talked about this on the stream multiple times, I am keeping this down towards the bottom of the cigar so that the cigar will hopefully catch up on itself. That is a known and proven time-tested tactic that if you the less smoked side, if you put it towards the bottom, it will catch up faster or it will start to catch up. But as you can see here, hopefully, see right there, that little black spot? It is about to tunnel through right to there. $14 cigar. Oh, there we go.
Well, you can buy a set of 6 for $13.88. Then you can buy 4 for $64.99. It's all over the place.
But those aren't like original 1991 Turtles, are they? I mean, because they've done they've done reboots, like especially they did a full reboot, a live action movie because Megan Fox was in it, and then they have the animated series that they did in the early 2000s.
1988. That was on the Marine Corps. So, 1988, Michelangelo, $16. Raphael in a box is $149.95 for best offer.
And obviously, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is not a cult classic as big as Star Wars. You're not going to have that. Mac Bergson says, you won't see tunneling like that on a Swisher Diamond. No way.
1977, first 12 Star Wars action figures. Original owner bought all in whatever, $35,000.
Hiya, golly.
Yeah.
That was my R2-D2 whistle.
I got it. If you pull them out of the box and you play with them, they ain't worth near as much.
Oh no! But when you buy those, you're not buying them to pull them out of the box.
R2-D2 Pink Lake variants, $202.
The pink R2-D2.
Yeah.
That's a what do they call that? The order.
A regular one is $26. I love
Uh-oh.
the Darth Vader head. Keep smoking.
We're gonna see what it does. Bob Ellis says, back in the 80s, only us real nerds were into TMNT. I remember watching the movies when I was a kid. It was fun. Like, I wasn't a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan as a kid, but it was funny to watch them with the kids over Christmas break, especially my oldest son, because I start remembering parts of the movie.
Right.
So it was interesting to remember along.
Nostalgia. Master Shredder.
Master Splinter.
Yeah.
And then Shredder. Shredder.
The big dog.
That was the second movie.
Oh, was it?
Mama. They're babies. The scientist, they're trying to make like Ninja Turtles. What was it, a pig and a alligator or something like that, or a lizard, and they turned them into the big mutant version. So when they first come out of the transformation, they go into Splinter or Shredder. Mama. And the Shredder looks over to the doctor. They're babies. Bob Ellis says he was into the comic books. Were you into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books, Bob?
I was not.
Robert Cash says 35 years of bat stuff, anywhere from 75 to 100K, but I am weird.
No one will argue.
Whoosh. I can imagine spending 75 to 100K on a hobby.
Well, my father's collection, which was enormous, probably with all the stuff he had, it was probably $150,000 worth of stuff.
No, he didn't spend that.
No. He got it a lot.
Adam Wolf, thanks for the love over on Facebook. And B.A. Castro, Thomas Puett, and Christopher Bergman, thanks for the like over on Facebook as well. Appreciate the love on dual stream. We're going to run some ads real quick. We'll be right back. Back with the Mac Bergson shirt change. Robert Cash wants to know, what did your father collect? Your father collected a lot of Star Wars stuff, a lot of Star Trek stuff, a lot of Marvel and DC comics. I feel like basically any comic that ever came out, he probably had.
He had sports cards. He didn't have comics. He had all the figures.
Oh, I thought he had boxes of comics.
Very few. He probably had, by the time he was done, he probably had 4 of the long bread boxes. But he never read a single one of them. He just bought them and put them up.
Mac Bergson says BTCG was too busy fighting off the ladies to be into the comic books. Whatever.
Dude, I had so many comic books. It was but that was because I got a job when I was 13.
Mac, thanks for the love on Facebook.
I started working at 13, and so I would get on my bike.
All right, so you should be able to hear us now, hopefully. Bob will be.
A little quieter, but I can be a little louder to be a little quieter.
I have a charging box that my microphones stay in.
But you have to charge the box.
I just hadn't charged the box in a little while, unfortunately. So we'll be back to.
See, I've got my charging box with my mics, and all mine are charged.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you don't have to transport.
Dude, you take it out of your backpack, you plug it in,
Yeah,
put it back in the backpack.
and please tell me how many times you think I'd have to rescue things out of hands of children.
So get a long extension cord and put it on top of a bookshelf.
Yeah. And then
Figure it out.
that extension cord gets yanked off a cord with everything
Figure
connected
it
to it.
out.
All right. So, Bob Cigar, go back to what your story was.
So I would go and buy candy and buy gum and buy comic books. And I'd buy all the Marvels first because they're 65 cents because I'm cheap. And then if I still had a month of money left, I'd buy all the DC. And so I ended up going through the whole. The only thing I didn't do is the Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Archie and Jughead series, all the little Caspers and all those. I didn't get any.
Oh, you didn't buy the Casper comic
Didn't,
books?
no.
Now we could unmute your mic, but then you'd get a terrible. Well, I don't even know if you'd hear that. You might, but you would be able to hear me through my mic and your mic, and you through your mic and through my mic.
Probably not a good idea.
No. Hopefully they can hear you. I did originally. I had it set when we first were going. It was coming off of my computer. Now it's coming off of my webcam. So hopefully, because that webcam is built to be a microphone and camera,
Right.
it works.
That's funny. Last Sunday, I was on the Iconic Smokers Sunday Recap on their podcast or their YouTube show. They had me on. It was a great show. I enjoyed hanging out with those fellas for a while. But all of a sudden, my picture went dark.
It did.
And so all you heard was my audio. And so now my audio went dark and all you can see is my picture.
That's funny. Now I was watching. I was watching, and then I had to get off because I was doing stuff at the church with my wife. And when I got back on, it was just a black screen on your side. But I was like, I can hear what's going. Is it my feed? And then I heard them talking about we're going to take a commercial break and see if Bob can fix his camera.
My camera was fine. I could see everything. It was something with them. But I hope you heard me talking so good about you and promoting Chief Talking and talking about Cigar Report, talking about all your videography.
I didn't hear anything positive.
I did.
Didn't hear anything positive at all.
I did. Go back and watch the replay.
Charles Adamson says, "Hi, Mac. Our recliner couch on a battery. My wife forgets to charge it and gets stuck in full recline. Oof." Now, my charging habits aren't bad. Like, I charge my camera batteries. My laptop's charged. My phone's always charged. Now, you want to talk about bad charging etiquette? Your last phone, Bob the Cigar Guy, if you didn't have it plugged up, it would always die quick, wouldn't it? Because all Bob did was ever keep his phone plugged in, which destroys the battery life of
I had to run 4 hours.
No, not
I
unplugged.
keep this phone plugged up.
You shouldn't. That's not good for the health of the battery.
I bought a battery backup.
Yeah, but that only kicks on once your battery gets to a certain percent, right?
So it's a double battery.
No. Okay, yes, but at least it's charging it back up. When your phone's at 100% charge and it's still plugged in, that diminishes.
Not
The
anymore.
life.
Actually, what it does now, the technology in the phones now, is it actually figures out when you usually charge and
I
when
know,
you usually don't use it.
It's green
And
charging.
it slowly charges, so when you wake up, it's fully charged.
Yeah, because ding dongs like you boomers kept there because you bought a wireless phone and you plugged it into your house so that it would just be a landline at all times.
No, I plug in my house, so it's always on. So if something happens and the power goes out, my phone's going to work for a while.
I have batteries.
My phone's going to work for a while,
I have batteries.
but they're not charged.
Yes, they are. They're all charged. I don't have a charging problem.
You are the worst.
Oh,
and keeping
whatever.
things charged and bringing your cords.
What?
Tell me I'm wrong.
When have I never had a cord?
Oh my God. We go to Barn Smoker. Steve, we'll get him. Oh, you can't. I forgot my cord.
No. We have
Steve,
never.
can we do- No, I can't. I forgot my
Put your hand on the Bible because that's not true.
It is true.
It's not true. You're memeing. You're making a joke. It
No,
ain't true.
I'm serious. You're better at it now, but you
Bob
can't
Ellis
say
says I
that at the
leave
beginning
mine
you
plugged
weren't.
in. It's a boomer thing.
That's like at work, we're supposed to leave our phones in the toolbox. Not me. My phone's always in my pocket.
Yeah, my phone was always in my pocket.
Because if there's a fire,
Yeah.
and I'm out of the area, I can't go back to my box and get my phone,
Yeah.
and then I can't
If,
call anybody or keep up.
If
with
somebody needed to get a hold of me and tell me that my kid had fallen at daycare and broken an arm, I'm see y'all later.
Now, I'll tell you what, even today at work when it was hot in the shop, I was sweating on my head because I had my sock. I hope nobody at work was watching. I wear my Sokka beanie every day so I can have my AirPods sitting in my ear and you can't see it, so I can listen to music while I'm at work.
Yeah, they've changed the rules at work. Now you can listen to the radio while you work. You have a radio play.
In some places,
It's
kind of frowned upon, but if you're somebody,
Will McFall, of all people, is on YouTube and says, "Boomers, welcome in, Will McFall." Robert Cash says, "Easy, Tiger, on us boomers." Bob Ellis says, "My son is always telling me I shouldn't leave it plugged in." No, you shouldn't. It's
plug it
really
in,
bad.
leave it plugged in. Power goes out. There's an emergency. You've got a full battery. Somebody's wife, who I will leave nameless, you can't never call that lady because her phone is always dead. Battery's always dead.
On her old phone. But you want to know why? Because she used to plug it in all the time.
No, that thing was dead every day, all day.
Robert Cash says Chief was all about the dancing at the Barn Smoker. Now that is true. That is true.
Well, you danced up with one Barn Smoker.
No. I danced at all the Barn Smokers.
Yeah, but not.
But I danced.
You danced.
That
You hurt
first.
yourself. You was hurt.
Yeah, I was hurt. And then the next day, I had a heart attack, basically. No, you want to talk, that dance party is the Chief, Joel, and Will McFall dance party.
Yeah, I kept giving the Chief the stink eye from across the field. He looked at me and he go, "What?" And I say, "You got work to do."
Will McFall saying the acid tent was popping, and it was.
That whole crowd was on. That crowd was crazy.
The greatest crowd.
They were feeding off the energy. That was a crazy crowd.
And the crazy thing is,
yeah,
is a lot of those same people, because it was a cigar club, a lot of those same people came to Savage Feast and they were like, "When's it going down?" And because it came for the pre-party or the night of, well, I guess everybody was there for everything, but the night before when I was checking people in, they were like, "Oh, it's going down." And I was like, "Yeah, acid tent's over there." And then when we get there on Saturday or whatever Sunday, the tent had blown over and then they changed all it up. Then there was no dancing until the Savage Feast night in front of the concert table or the stage, and they had left. They left early.
And Jonathan Drew was tearing it.
Oh yeah, Jonathan Drew was having a
he was
party.
Cut loose.
Party.
Mac Berkson was dancing his tail off a little bit too.
Was he?
He was
Mac,
out there getting a little shimmy shake.
What does Mac dance look like?
No,
is it kind of like
Mac's
the
legit. No,
what is that?
nuh-uh.
Not 51st Dates. Hitch.
No.
Here, you
Mac
stay right
was-
here. This is where you live.
No, Mac was cutting a rug.
I don't want to see none of this. I don't want to see none of that.
There's food. You don't need pizza.
Yeah, they don't need to make no
It's
pizza.
warm
They got
inside.
food at the
You don't
party.
need fire.
Charles Edmondson, as a genuine boomer, I don't think any of you are old enough to call yourself boomers. The youngest boomers are now 60.
I agree.
They're not technically boomers, right? But because they're old, it's just what you call old people now.
Like you call Chief a millennium.
You're not far off from 60, by the way.
I'm a ways off from 60.
No, you're not.
I am too.
7 years
How old am
and 52. And you're about to be 53.
Yeah.
So 60 is close.
No, it's a lifetime.
Macy's,
Jackson's.
not combined. No, it's not even Macy's. Like, she's 8.
I said Jackson's. I didn't say
It'd
Macy's.
be Caden because he just turned 7. Matt Bergson's, he's got the white man's overbite. What was that? Bob Ellis, I couldn't hang with Chief and Will. Didn't even try. The Kentucky Barn Smoker, there was a little bit of dancing.
That gravel was so.
Well, the
Unpacked.
thing that was unfortunate about the Kentucky Barn Smoker was that line that went through all the
Went straight
activations.
through,
It
yeah.
went through the acetant.
Because it slowed up. It backed up.
And
yeah.
so they're like, if anybody wanted to see the dancing, they had to come around.
Yeah.
They couldn't see it from the other side.
And a bunch of people were standing.
But I'll tell you who did dance at that Barn Smoker and danced like there was no tomorrow was Robert Gray's wife and her sister, girlfriend, whatever.
Oh, now she danced at when they had the acid tent, the year they had it between the barns and it was air conditioned.
Mm-hmm.
They were dancing up a crazy storm.
Yeah.
He actually came in and got her a couple times. Said, "You need to calm down."
Adam Wolf's leaving us for Instagram. Catch you next week. Mac Bergson, I didn't turn up. Didn't want to be breaking those hearts. I'd have loved to have seen Mac Bergson cut a rug.
Mac was doing dancing. He was giving stuff away. We would stop people from taking stuff. Mac would dig in the thing and go give it to people. He was Biden, right? He was just distribution of wealth. But he was protecting Sarah. He protected your mama real good. I said, Mac, can you go take care of that? And he said, yep. He walked right on over there. He slid right up next to Sarah, and he just swelled up a little bit. And then the road dogs went and joined him.
I'm literally just smoking this cigar just to smoke a cigar now. There's nothing interesting. There is more flavor to this cigar than there was the other one. But there's nothing interesting about this cigar. In fact, the draw has tightened up on it. So that makes me wonder what's in there that's swollen up a little bit, like a stem or something. Robert Cash says he misses the acid AC. Oh, the AC.
That was crazy.
The Kentucky Barn Smoker wasn't hot this year. I wore a long sleeve shirt and my shema. Mac says I'm a man of the people, but I would take it from the thieves and give it. So he's Robin Hood. He's a vigilante. Mind your manners, people. Mind your manners. Oh, Mrs. Frizzle.
One of the small bridge ashtrays that I've never seen before till we were there.
Yeah.
Somebody put it up for sale. Just this week.
Was it a Savage Feast one or some that maybe somebody?
It was the only one I saw. The only time I've ever seen it is in Savage Feast. It was the blue. It wasn't the full tall. It was a short one, and it was a bridge expanse across it.
Mm-hmm.
It was really neat. Really, really
I've
neat.
seen that. That was the one that Roy wanted. Val Chavez says, punt that cigar. Enjoy what you smoke. At this point, with this late into the stream, to light up another cigar, I wouldn't be able to fully enjoy that cigar either.
You drive your truck?
Yeah, and
Smoking on the way home?
I'll smoke something on the way home, but I'll probably light it up. Because if I start a cigar, if I'm halfway into a cigar when I get in the truck, I'm going. It's done. And when I'm in the truck, I smoke fast. I'm not there to smoke the cigar to enjoy the cigar, to the fullest. I'm enjoying smoking.
Freedom.
I'm enjoying smoking. I'm enjoying driving, windows down, all that stuff. Robert Cass says, just drop it, grab another. I'm gonna continue smoking. It doesn't taste bad. It doesn't taste like much at all. Now, if it continues to draw up on me and I can't, it's like drinking a milkshake through a straw, I'll grab another one and light it, because obviously I'm not impressed with any of these.
You want to draw a poker?
No. It's enough to smoke. I mean, you can see smoke coming out.
Well, I'm working on tobacco right now.
It's a tobacco month.
Is it tobacco month?
It's tobacco month.
I had wondered what they're going to have and what they're going to omit now that they've changed personnel.
Well, Jack's not there. They're still doing the monthly stuff.
Do you see the PSA from Pedro? From Pedro about stealing a lighter. Pedro steals everybody's lighter. That's the thing. It tickled me. I wasn't going to post up on it, but Pedro will. Hey, he did it to me 3 or 4 times. He goes, "Hey, you got a lighter and a cutter?
And I give him a lighter and cutter, and he turns and starts talking to somebody. He walk off, and I said, whoa, 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 whoa. And Stevie Bones was standing next to me, and I handed him, I said, watch, he's going to steal my lighter. And he walked off, and I said, Pedro, give him a lighter. Because that lighter disappears.
We'll have to talk about that off stream. Mac Bergson says, Chief likes fast cars, fast cigars, and fast women. Thankfully, Shanna calmed him down. There ain't much fast about Chief.
Shanna did calm him down.
What? I wasn't some loose cannon.
Do we need to talk about Puma Griddle?
No. Robert Cash, but you are whining more than me. That's a lot. I don't know. I rewatched the highlights today of Liverpool's game yesterday, and I could have done a lot of whining about the refs yesterday, and I spared you from that. Charles Adamson says, only steal Chiefs butane. No, my butane is available for anybody who needs it. You don't have to steal it, which I need to remember to take some butane home with me today because somebody threw my butane can away that I have in the backyard. There were people doing yard work in the backyard last weekend, and the can of bug spray is still there. But my perfectly good can of butane is gone.
You need to clean up your space.
I have one lighter with butane in it at the house right now. Now, if you, I do not suggest going out and buying a bunch of these El Septimos. I would encourage you, if you have the extra coin, or if you ever see one in the shop and you're like, I want to see what Chief was talking about, because I have never smoked a cigar that I've been like, I don't really taste a cigar. And like I've smoked on a sinus infection where I couldn't taste anything, but you could tell you were smoking a cigar. Like it, left a burning sensation. They just kind of felt the smoke felt weird in your mouth. I know that I don't have some weird taste deficiency. I can taste my Dr. Pepper when I drink it. But I'm tasting my Dr. Pepper well after smoking for a while since drinking my Dr. Pepper. And that's not something that normally is a thing. Like very rarely, in my experiences, have I ever had a drink overpower a cigar. Usually it's a cigar overpowering a drink. If you drink
coffee will hang in your flavors.
It'll hang in your flavor, but it never overpowers it, in my opinion. It might overpower a puff or two. You might not be able to take, like if you go get, your cigar comes back. I'm tasting Dr. Pepper minutes removed from still smoking. Now, you drink bourbon or whiskey or tequila or whatever, you get the tingle feel, the burning sensation, but you still taste your cigar.
If you got some of that Glenfiddich or whatever out, I guarantee.
The Ardbeg?
Yeah, I guarantee you're going to taste that.
Woo! I'd like to do some Glenfiddich. Robert Cash says pure garbage. If both y'all got nada. I don't understand. Robert Cash is
the cigars are pure garbage if neither one of us tasted anything.
Oh, I see. Charles Edmondson says no taste, maybe Chief should do a COVID. Oh, I can taste my Dr. Pepper.
It is very mild in flavor. I will say that. 100%.
Bob Ellis says, have you tried the Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream? No, I've not. I saw that Pepsi released a peep flavor.
I saw that. Marshmallow.
Can you imagine a Pepsi peep?
Yeah, I almost bought one just to troll it on YouTube or Facebook.
No, the marshmallow one.
No, it's the marshmallow peep.
Well, there was a drink that came out with marshmallow. It was the producer marshmallow, not the flavor marshmallow. Matt Bergson, I think, talked about that one.
What's his name? Brought him to a barn smoker and handed him out to some people, and he said it was the worst thing they've ever had.
I don't know. I didn't hear that.
The little short guy that had the camera.
Oh,
he used to work for Corona way back when.
Yeah.
He brought him.
Huh. Interesting. Bob Ellis says his wife likes the peep Pepsi. I'm not a Pepsi fan. Now, I will say, I do like cherry Pepsi. Cherry Pepsi is pretty good.
Yeah.
That strawberries and cream Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, was not bad at all.
Now I'll tell you, and I said this a couple weeks ago, but the vanilla Diet Coke is good. I really like that one.
Your burps are rockets. When you drink.
Well, I mean, Matt Bergson says, yeah, the marshmallow Coke was actually watermelon flavored. Terrible. It was named after the artist Marshmallow. Robert Cash says, Crown Peach is new in my market. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Crown. I've heard
Crown Apple's good.
I like Crown Apple and Sprite. Really good.
And you can leave your Crown in the freezer.
Shout out to Jamie Vaughn for showing me the Crown Apple and Sprite mix. Bob Ellis says, I don't drink soda, so I have no idea.
Now, next week
Yes.
on Chief Talk, the plan is we're going to do the if how much impact smell has on your flavors. And so I've got the wax kit. I'm off Thursday. I'll have time to heat up the wax.
No, Robert Cash,
So-
you're thinking of somebody different. But Matt Warren is a photo guy, yes. But that's not who we're talking about.
And so we're gonna do that this Thursday,
Next Thursday.
next Thursday. And then the Thursday after, I don't know if I'm gonna be here or not because I might be getting ready for the cruise. I might be a week early.
Much char. That's your long weekend Thursday. I think you're
No, my
cruise.
long weekend Thursday is my cruise. Next week is my split week. And
Next
the
week
week
is split
after is my cruise, so I don't think I'll be here next Thursday. I've been listening to Calypso Caribbean music all week so that when we're on the cruise and they're playing that music, I can act like I know things and sing along with the songs.
You're going to be on a cruise full of white people. They're going to be playing the Cupid Shuffle and the Electric Slide and Disco Dawn. They're going to have the whole Grease soundtrack going.
They have neat things. They have parties every night. One of them is the silent rave, to where you have
I've seen those.
a set of headsets,
They do those at Shannon School.
and one plays one sound and it's hilarious.
I've seen the videos, like, because Shannon took Jackson, Macy, and Caden this past year, or this past time. And it's funny, like, Shannon will send the video. She's listening to the music in her head, but, she's videoing. So all you hear is a bunch of, and then kids, singing Old Town Road or,
Right.
whatever. Max says the Silent Rave is awesome. I would love to. I could get down. You know me. I like to dance.
You had a chance to go on this cruise.
No.
We've
did
known
not.
about it for a year.
I did not have that. Okay. If I go, who watches Macy and Caden? If I go, who watches my kids? If I go, who watches your dogs?
Look,
If I go, who watches my dogs?
between the age of all the 5 kids put together, they're adult age.
Yeah, barely.
So they can take care of themselves collectively.
Yeah.
And take care of the dogs.
Okay.
They'd eat ramen noodles and Vienna sausages all day.
Max or Robert says, "Yep, mini cruises, white music." Now you guys went on a cruise a couple of years ago, right before COVID.
Mhm.
Right before we went to Nicaragua, actually.
That was a great cruise. This cruise is going to be better. It's 7 days. We're going to go to 4 islands: Jamaica, Haiti, and the Bahamas.
Max says Paul can babysit. No, the cruise is to celebrate my mother turning 50 and my sister turning 30. And so obviously there was going to be no way that we were going to, go and Caitlin couldn't go. That wouldn't be fair.
Well, I talked to your mom, maybe not this year, but next year or the year after, I think we're going to go to England and Ireland and Scotland. And then maybe after that, we'll do a Mediterranean cruise.
That's great. I mean, when you don't have kids to worry about.
Oh, I have kids to worry about.
No, you don't. Robert Cash, if I was not, I would have surprised you on that cruise. Did that to a military buddy years ago.
Eddie O'Neill and his sister are going.
His sister or his wife?
Sister.
Are you gonna run with Eddie every day on a cruise ship? I know those pictures are coming. Did you guys buy your Wi-Fi package?
Oh yes.
She only did that so you can post your Bob Cigar Guy videos. How many videos have you planned on filming on the cruise?
I'm not saying. But Sarah's and Caitlin are gonna be doing some things like they're riding horses in the ocean for 4 hours.
Oh, I'll never do that again.
And they're in the ocean. The water is up to their up to their waist.
Yeah,
almost.
it was for me too.
No. These horses are almost swimming through the ocean.
So was I.
They're not on the beach in the surf. They are in the water.
Jerome Berry says, "Oh man, double trouble. We'd be troubling it up, that's for sure."
Jerome, I gave the Iconic Smokers and all y'all a great big shout out this Sunday, doing the story time with Bobby and Squatchy.
Dan Burns, thank you for hitting the like button over on Facebook. Appreciate that greatly. Yeah, I don't
know which cigars I'm going to take to smoke.
How are you like? Is there an amount you can take?
No, you can take as many as you want. Now, they
Val Chavez says there's sharks in them there waters.
They put you in corners. You can't just smoke anywhere.
Yeah, you got to go top deck.
Not even.
No?
No. You have different spots on the decks that you can smoke on. Usually in the back of the ship, so the smoke is going out into the ocean.
Robert Cash said it.
So, but I'm going to spend more time celebrating Sarah's birthday than I'm doing smoking cigars.
I know you plan on doing some shiesty Cuban videos.
You dang right. You dang right. I'm going to go buy some Cubans, and we'll cut them up on the show. And I'm going to get some videos of guys running around with Ziploc bags of cigars. And yeah,
They might try to confiscate your phone from you.
It's funny. The police are standing right there while these guys are selling counterfeit cigars.
Yeah, because they're probably making a cut.
Probably. But yeah, I'm gonna get. Hopefully, I'll be able to get some cigars in Haiti, some cigars in Jamaica, and some cigars in the Bahamas.
Charles Adamson says, "I miss the days when cruises had luxury cigar lounges. Are there no cruises that have luxury cigar lounges?"
There is a cigar cruise, like a cigar herf, but it's a cruise ship.
Oh, I've seen that.
They do that once a year, twice a year, different lines.
Yeah.
If
That'd be cool.
If you go on like 20 cruises, you get to the premium level of points, and you get to go to these special lounges and special places nobody else can go to. And I think you can smoke in there as well. So,
That would be funny if you ended up on the same cruise as Walking Chin. Because, he cruises all the time.
does he really?
Yeah, he's one of those members. He cruises like 45 times a year or something like that. I mean, he cruises a lot. Obviously not 45 times a year. But he cruises a lot.
That'd be cool. Roy cruises too.
I don't think he does. I don't think so. I think he's probably been on cruises, but I don't think he cruises. No, Walking Chin cruises, him and his wife. They cruise.
That'd be cool. That would be cool.
Robert Cash says, and a lot of cigarette skunk up there.
A lot of vaping.
Mac
They have two
Burson's-
casinos. You can smoke in the casino.
Mac Bergson says, gotta run, everybody. Love you, fam. Jerome Berry says, nice, take 300 cigars.
Right?
You couldn't smoke 300 cigars.
In 8 days,
Not even close.
I can smoke 100.
100? I mean,
That's 12 a day.
yeah, that's a lot, though. You
I
could,
smoke
you couldn't
more
do
than that
it.
at Safari.
You
Or
couldn't,
I smoke more than that at Bar Smoker.
you couldn't do it. You could not do it.
I cannot physically do it.
You could physically do it, but you could not do it on this cruise.
No.
I bet you $1 billion if I had it.
No.
Because you're
I'm
gonna
not
have
put-
time-
I'm not going to put Sarah on
Yeah,
the back
you're going to
burner.
have time where you guys are doing other stuff. You're not going to have 10 hours a day dedicated to smoking cigars.
Right.
Uh,
I wanted to do a video where I smoked 24 cigars in 24 hours. That's doable.
Yeah.
No, that's doable.
Not full body cigars.
Yes,
No.
yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't not. No, you could.
I
Because
could
you
do it.
need sleep. Jerome says 100 on vacation. Nah.
Well, I'll bring cigars to hand out. So
You might. I think you'll probably end up smoking. I think on your cruise you might smoke 25 cigars.
no, I probably will smoke 5.
Oh no, I think you smoke more than 5. I mean, because what? You've got one day out completely on the sea, one day back completely on the sea.
Yeah, see, but here's
You've
the
got-
thing. On a cruise ship, there is tons of stuff to do 24 hours a day.
Not 8 days.
Yeah, there is.
By day 5, you've done everything you want to do.
Dude, no, they have shows, they have games, they have all sorts of stuff. It is not what you think it is. It's not a taxi to get you from one island to the next.
There may be things to do, but you're not going to want to do all those things.
I'm going to do what Sarah wants to do.
You're on your because you guys are leaving out of where? Miami? You guys driving?
Orlando.
So you drive to Orlando. So you're gonna go the whole entire coast of Florida for a day.
I'm
From
gonna smoke in the truck.
no, dingus. Once you leave out of Orlando, you're still going to go down the coast. You're not going to the Bahamas.
We're going to
You
the
said-
private island in the Bahamas for Royal Caribbean. The first day, the second day is Bahamas. Then it's another day on sea. Then we're going to either Haiti or Jamaica.
Haiti?
Yep.
Nobody goes to Haiti.
Yeah,
Youssef.
Lebedi, Haiti.
Jerome Berry wants to know, what are you guys smoking? Bob Cigar is smoking a Tabac Negra, right?
Yeah.
And I am finishing an El Septimo Raphael from the Sacred Art Collection. Not great. Jerome says Haiti is lovely. I'm sure Haiti is lovely, but Haiti is not a
Tourist destination.
touring destination. I mean, it'd be parts of Haiti, right?
Well, yeah, they kind of coordinate.
It's like
off.
North Korea, right?
But there's also
You go to North Korea, they take you into Pyeongchang, and that's it.
right, but you can go like in Haiti. You can do all those excursions. You can go on a 6-hour rafting trip down this river, or you can go waterfall climbing. You can go spelunking, or you can go to the food tours. You can go to the historical tours. You can do all that stuff. I'm not doing this stuff. I ain't got no need for it. Whatever Sarah wants to do, it's whatever I want to do. Except for the horses, I ain't doing the horses. I told her I ain't doing the
Jerome,
horses.
you may be Haitian, and I am proud of you being proud of your Haitian heritage. Props to you. I am in no way
Catherine
saying
City.
that the Haitian people aren't wonderful people. I am saying that the government is corrupt, that there's poor infrastructure, and a whole lot of, unfortunately, poor situations around Haiti. So when you think of tourist destinations, like you don't think of, you don't take a vacation to Romania, right? You go to some of the big cities in Romania, but you don't go to tour all of Romania. We've been to Romania.
Well, there's a lot of places in the United States you don't go to.
Correct. You don't go on vacation to Flint.
Or L.A. Compton.
Well, yeah, you don't go to Compton. You go to LA because you get to see all the bright lights.
Well, when you go to Chicago, there's places in Chicago you don't go to either. Chicago.
So my point with that isn't to say that Haitians themselves aren't wonderful people. They may be the best people in the world. Romanians are some of the greatest people I've ever met in my life. But it's not a place that you say, ooh, that's where I want to go vacation. And again, there may be wonderful waterfalls and rivers and savannas and plains and all sorts of things that you can go see. But when you think of vacations in the Caribbean or the tropics, you think of places like the Bahamas
Mexico,
or
Cozumel.
parts of Mexico. Right? You don't go to all of Mexico. You go to
Go to Jamaica.
but you go to Cuba, like you only go into Havana.
In Jamaica, they'll tell you you can partake of the local herb, but you cannot bring any back on the boat. I will not be partaking of any herb at all at any place.
Val Chavez says Barbados. Yeah, Robert Cash, you wouldn't find me vacationing to Detroit. You'll never see me vacation to Dallas ever again either. Dallas was a letdown.
We didn't see Dallas. Now, South Fork was not what I thought of. That house was tiny.
I mean, we didn't see downtown Dallas, but we saw the outskirts of Dallas. Nothing was impressive there. They
Not
say
the
everything's
airport.
bigger in Texas. There wasn't nothing bigger in Texas.
Not the rental cars.
There wasn't nothing bigger in Texas.
But now that restaurant,
Other than the highway.
that restaurant we went to.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
woo!
That's the best Mexican.
I can't have Tex-Mex anymore.
Nope. That's the
It ain't
greatest.
nothing. I mean,
That is the greatest Tex-Mex Mexican food I've ever
Oh
had in my
my
life,
gosh.
and I can't think it'll ever be topped.
I agree.
Now, my favorite, the best Spanish food I've ever had though in my life was in Nicaragua. That steakhouse,
That was
Man.
amazing.
when all the Drew Estate guys were posting Puro Sabor and they were at that steakhouse, I was so jealous. So jealous. Jerome says he's been all over Cuba. Never been to Cuba. Don't really have much of a desire to go to
I
Cuba.
want to go.
I'd rather spend money and go to Nicaragua again.
I want to go to Cuba. I want to experience.
And again,
Cuba.
Nicaragua really wasn't a tour destination either. I mean, there was
Yeah.
there's beautiful countryside in between Managua and
You have
that's
people.
the league.
You have people selling water in bags and
Yeah.
juggling machetes
Now,
in the middle of the road.
they say Grenada, down where Favela is, that's like the tour spot of Nicaragua, like Mexico City is for Mexico, or what's the other
Cozumel.
one? Cozumel. There's another one too. Cozumel's where you don't swim because the riptide's so bad.
Is it?
Yeah. Jay Bates says, yeah, that Mexican joint was awesome. It was great. I still have my cup. It sits on my dresser.
Do you really?
Yeah, it sits on my dresser. BTCG called a contact buzz.
No. I'm gonna stay away from anything that smells like that. Bad enough, I smell it every time I walk in the mall. God, I hate that smell.
How did BTCG say that drink? I wish I could remember what the name of that drink was that you pushed. Oh, it was Oaxaca, and you said Oaxaca or something like that.
Oaxaca or something.
Yeah, it's Oaxaca, but you whoa.
Made it
And
up
even
once.
after being corrected,
Dude, I knew it was Oaxaca.
you stood firm on your pronunciation
I
error.
knew it was Oaxaca.
It was
It's like
funny.
I
though.
knew Mi Querida was Mi Querida, but when I was with Steve Soccer the first time, I called it Mi Cuerda. Just for the spoof.
Charles Edison said BTCG should post a video review of a ganja blunt. But make sure you take some of these Swisher so you can get some good rolling
Roll them in there.
paper.
I remember we were going to get sent some JSK nugs, and I'm like, no, don't send those. If you send them, I won't smoke them.
When JSK first started off, he sent us 3 of his first 3 blends, and 2 of them were really good. The white and the black, the red one. Oh, it made me Ralph. Oh, it was not good.
That was a long time ago. God, that was a long time ago.
That was balcony days.
Yeah, it was. It was pre-balcony days.
No. That was balcony days, because I left the stream to go vomit and come back.
Really?
Yeah.
Should have done it on the stream,
No.
right over the balcony.
Ooh. Just wait for that lady to come back by. Hey, what's your energy cost? I do not miss those days. Actually, my wife and I were talking, about like the nights where we would just walk around the lake and pushing Jackson in the stroller, and how that was nice and whatnot. And aside from the snow that we had last year, there's not been any snows or cold winters since like 5 years ago. That lake completely froze over, and I was able to walk out like 15 feet on it. This winter has been a bust, an absolute bust.
Yeah.
Um,
The leaves were nice in the fall, though, but other than that, we need a good snow.
I would love it. Just, one snow a year is great. I like just one snow in a year. The snow we had last year stuck for a while because it was cold after the snow. But this year, it's not even had the chance to snow. We've had some cold days. We had a cold week back in the first week of December.
Yeah, it was cold.
It got down in the single digits.
Yeah, it was
but there was
cold.
no precipitation, so there was no ability to.
Right.
There was no ability to have any snow or even ice, other than icing over lakes and ponds and stuff. But this has been a bust of a winter.
Agreed.
Unless you're like my buddy Jamie, who hates all cold weather and wants it to be hot all the time.
No.
Robert Cash says a real review of the vomit cigar. Oof. No, that's no fun, because then trying to smoke after you vomited is like painful. Like the whole inside of your mouth. It's like trying to drink a soda after vomiting. Ooh.
Yeah.
But with that,
don't miss next Thursday. It should be a hoot and a half.
Yeah, next Thursday is going to be fun. We also have an announcement next Thursday. So don't miss next Thursday. It's going to be great. We're going to be waxing our nose. And that's about it. This El Septimo series, it's not terrible. Oh, Brian says, I'm back. What's the verdict? I'm giving my verdict right now. The El Septimo series, in my opinion, is not worth the price. If they drop this down to a $5 cigar, I'd suggest go get it and mow your lawn with it. You could probably run a triathlon with this cigar, honestly, with as light as it is. I'm not a fan of it. It doesn't taste bad, so
it just doesn't taste good.
It didn't taste at all. I'm left with zero impression on this cigar, which ultimately is a negative impression because it did nothing for me to say, hey, smoke this again. Now, I do have 5 more blends to go through. Bob, you already smoked this one, the Salvador Dali, and
Loved
you
it.
enjoyed it.
Loved it.
So I can, I'll smoke that one eventually. I'm not going to smoke it next week. I don't know what I'm smoking next. I might smoke Rock Patels next week because I'm not going to be able to taste them anyways.
We need to smoke something heavy, like a Todos Lastias.
We don't have them, unfortunately. Well, I don't know where they at. So thank you all for hanging out with us. We appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out again on another Thursday Night Chief Talk next week. Make sure you bring me popcorn because we're going to be waxing our nose hairs out at some point during the stream. We love you. Bye-bye. Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com.
What are you doing? What are you doing here? Show's over. Go home. Go home. Show's over. What are you waiting for? You waiting for another show? This is a one-ticket entry. Go. Bye. Go. Go. Go.